If you are happy about this score, Real Madrid 2, Rayo Vallecano 1, then you most likely did not watch the game. You did not watch the game. I'm sweating over here. I'm upstairs. If you know how pissed I am, how angry I am. Rayo Vallecano would have beaten Real Madrid. Yeah, I'm saying it right here. Rayo would have beaten Real Madrid if it weren't for the red card they got. And that was at the dying stages of the game. After Real Madrid scored the first goal, Vini scored the first goal, let's say like 10 minutes later on, they gave it all to Rayo. Why? Why? I was watching the game and I was like, we had this under control. How did we just give it to Rayo? And then it reminded me, this is what we did against Benfica. We scored the first goal and then we hand it all over to you. It's kind of like, you know what? I'll score one and then I'll give it all to you. We are a very generous team. The club, they are very generous. They don't want to play an opponent and then the opponent has a bad day. I mean, you must score a goal. They want to give you a goal. I watched the game and I was frustrated. Completely frustrated. And then it annoys me because after the loss against Albacete, which was Arbeloa's first game, the next 3 games, Levante, Villarreal and Monaco, I saw the spark. Aggressive frontline pressing. I saw it. Passes, aiming to score goals. I saw it all. Man. And then shocking me, the Benfica game. That was a shock, but I would have called it, okay, let's say it's a fluke. The game against Rayo. Oh, days. Rayo guaranteed. Granted, Rayo, I don't think Real Madrid ever beats Rayo in a season, to be honest. But then it is different this time around because at the start of the game, we were far better. And Rayo this time around, they aren't really good this season because they have so many games they are competing in. So it was our chance. It was supposed to be an easy game till we handed it over to Rayo. This team, Arbeloa, I think I see the vision, Arbeloa's vision right now, and I do not like it. At first, it was aggressive frontline press. Now, he wants to resort to an old version of Real Madrid I remember. An old version, the version that would just have 2 players up front, like as you can see over here, Vini and Mbappe. They aren't doing much high pressing, not much tracking back. They just stay there for the counter, the long ball, and then, they hope to score. As you can see over here with this formation, that's what it looked like. And then, you know why I'm saying I don't like it? I'm not in for that. That old Real Madrid and this current one is a very key difference. Just think about it for a second. What was the key difference? Cristiano Ronaldo. That was the difference. You see, Ronaldo right now is a combination of, okay, Vinicius Junior's dribbling, Mbappe's speed, Valverde's shots, long-range shooting. Ronaldo was an embodiment of all of that times 10. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have that kind of tactics with Ronaldo, he's magic. Sure, anything can come off. Ronaldo did not need to be in the box to score. But with this team, the only person who scores from outside the box is Valverde. And then he has only done that once this season or so. Do you understand this now? And then plus with Ronaldo, you also had aerial threats. So Ronaldo was like an embodiment. He was like, Ronaldo was everything anyone would dream for in an attacker. And that's why that version of Real Madrid prevailed. You know what I'm saying? And plus back then we had midfielders who could find you, who could dissect a defense in a single pass. We don't have that now. Bellingham just got injured. So Brahim came on. Brahim got an assist. Nice one from Brahim. He also, brought about the penalty. I'll give Brahim his flowers. Nice one from Brahim. Now, moving on. Bellingham got injured. But then, I'm not going to say, this team has a lot of attackers and midfielders. Not a lot of defenders. Attackers and midfielders. So, you shouldn't say because Bellingham got injured and that's why we performed poorly. Nah. You can't give that excuse, Real Madrid. It's going to be a very shameful excuse for you to give. In the midfield position, I'll give Ada his flowers. Ada was good. At least, the first, Ada was good. With Adagula has some very nice dissecting passes. Very nice from him. Leading me to say this. You see Valverde over at this right back position. Valverde needs to come back into this midfield position. Take a position around here. You know. Tchouaméni over here. Then Bellingham is injured. We need Brahim to push forward. We add Aguila over here. Then, to be honest, I'm not really sure. Maybe. Sorry about that. Not this over here. Come back here, Tchouaméni. Dani Carvajal is fit. Why not bring him on? Now, I've suggested this only because for some reason, Arbeloa doesn't seem to like starting Rodrigo. Rodrigo has been on the bench for how many games now? I don't know. Is Rodrigo injured? Because I wasn't informed. Arbeloa doesn't like starting him. Fine. Put Carvajal over here. Now, the reason why I say this. In the game, we had Adagula, Brahim Diaz. And then we had Tchouaméni. Now, those Brahim Diaz, Adagula, offensive players, you don't expect them to do much ball recoveries, much of all of that. You understand? And that's why in the second half, I will never blame Tchouaméni for, the goal. Tchouaméni was used as a centre-back. Asensio was taken off over here. Tchouaméni was used as a centre-back. So we swapped these two. This is what we had. And then Dani Ceballos was put over here. Let's return Fede back to his position. Master back over here. Now we have this. Dani Ceballos was put over here. Dani Ceballos is not a holding midfielder. I mean, he's more of a... If you are winning the game, it's excellent to put Ceballos on. Because he knows how... That close control is fantastic at it. But then if you are not winning the game, you kind of struggle to find the purpose of having him on. I know he was... People would say he was good in this game, but... the red card Rayo got helped us a lot. It helped us a lot. Before that red card, Rayo were playing ball in the Bernabeu. I know Rayo is it's a team located somewhere in Madrid, in the Vallecas or whatever. But then they played like that was their stadium. I was starting to wonder, where the heck am I? Is this the Bernabeu or is this Rayo's home? They own that stadium. They own the Bernabeu up until the red card. Look, I don't support. I'm not into bias, or if it's nonsense, I say it is nonsense. And this performance was nonsense. Mbappe got lucky with a penalty goal. I would say it's lucky because dying minutes, super dying minutes. That's when he came, and then he scores. But then we forgot, or we seem to forget, the open goal chance he missed. Mbappe was almost invisible this game. But I won't go hard on him because against Benfica he was present. Now, the open chance he missed. He misses that. And then we just do. It's not easy being a Real Madrid fan this time. It really isn't easy, to be honest. It is not easy. Back to what I was saying. Fede needs to come back into the midfield position. Dani Carvajal needs to come back. Mastan can be a substitute. With Fede Valverde in here, Tchouaméni midfield again, double pivots this time around. Ada is going to be the sole attacking midfielder. And then Rodrigo can come back in. Work with me now. This is the most balanced formation I feel we can go with. Adagula cover, you can place him on whatever position, whatsoever wing. He's always good at finding out those key line breaking passes. Ada is good at that. He's not perfect, but he's a young talent. He's good at that. Fede, ball recoveries, and then his long range passing. Tchouaméni, well, the last hope of the midfield. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, Tchouaméni and Fede Valverde, they could also support with the press. So this is what we have to go for now. People complained about Bellingham obstructing Gula's progress. Now Bellingham is injured. Gula, the floor is yours. The floor absolutely belongs to Gula with this. Remember in my video, there was a video of mine I said, if Real Madrid walks away with a trophy this season, call me a bastard. I still stand on that. I stand on that. I like games against Rayo Vallecano because it tests us, it lets us know where we are. Rayo is a team, I call them the Tasmanian Devils. They are not scared of Barcelona, they are not scared of Real Madrid, they are not scared of anyone. Home or away, they will play the best. That's why I like facing them. It lets you know where you are. And then as a bonus, it's kind of like they are also a mid-table team. They're a mid-table team, but then when they play against you, like they test you. You know this is where I am. This is what I need to work on. That's why I love facing Rayo. Whenever we face them and depending on how we play, I know how this team is going to progress. You understand what I'm saying? Now with this I've gotten from Rayo, damn, February 17th, Benfica game. Look, you pray to whatsoever God you believe in. We need help in that game. We will need help. Arbeloa's old-fashioned Real Madrid cannot work. In this modern time, I mean, it will be very difficult to work because the players we have currently, you cannot compare them to those Real Madrid players who made that stuff work. Real Madrid were the best counter-attacking team then. Best, I mean, if there's a counter-attack, it's a goal. Mostly because of Ronaldo. To be honest, because of everyone. But these players are not... These are very good players, but they are not that Real Madrid side. 2-1. We keep chasing Barcelona. It's just a 1-point lead. But at this point, if you ask me, it is over. I'll catch you guys later.